That banana in your hand? It's traveled thousands of miles and taken over a year to reach you. Behind this simple fruit is one of the world's most complex supply chains involving hundreds of people across multiple continents. Today I'm taking you on that incredible journey from tropical farm to your breakfast table. Our story begins in the fertile regions of Ecuador, Costa Rica, and the Philippines, where over 70% of the world's exported bananas grow. Picture vast plantations stretching to the horizon, where farmers have been perfecting their craft for generations. Each banana plant must be placed exactly 30 centimeters deep in the soil. Too shallow, and the strong tropical winds will knock them down. Too deep, and they won't get enough nutrients from the surface. What looks like simple farming is actually precision agriculture. Every leaf matters. Every cut is calculated. As the bananas develop, they're wrapped in specially designed plastic bags. Not just any plastic. These are engineered to create the perfect microclimate. They protect against insects, regulate temperature, and ensure that perfect yellow color we all recognize. Without these bags, your banana would be scarred, discolored, or eaten by pests. And then comes the waiting game. For dwarf banana varieties, it takes 11 to 14 months from planting to harvest. For taller plants, up to 16 months. That's longer than it takes to make a human baby. Patience isn't just a virtue in banana farming, it's essential. Picture this. It's 5 a.m. on a Tuesday in Ecuador. The mist is still rising from the plantation when harvest begins. But this timing isn't random experienced. Farmers know exactly when their bananas are ready. The fruit is still green, but the edges are starting to round. The flower at the end is beginning to dry. These subtle signs mean it's time. Each banana bunch weighs between 30 to 50 kilograms. Imagine carrying a large suitcase filled with rocks. It takes 2 workers to harvest safely. One person cuts with a sharp machete, the other catches the falling bunch. Miss the timing by even a second, and months of careful work can be damaged instantly. On larger plantations, they've developed ingenious pulley systems like ski lifts for bananas. These cables run throughout the plantation, allowing workers to transport hundreds of bunches per hour, without a single bruise. It's a marvel of agricultural engineering that most people never see. By the end of a harvest day, a typical team has collected 500 to 800 bunches. Each one is numbered, tracked, and loaded onto trucks within hours of being cut. The race against time has begun. Welcome to the processing plant where bananas get their passport to the world. From the moment bananas arrive at these facilities, there's exactly 12 hours before quality starts to decline. Every minute counts. First, those massive 50-kilogram bunches are broken down into the familiar hands we see in stores. Each cut must be made at a precise angle to prevent infection and ensure the bananas ripen evenly. Workers skilled in this craft can process a bunch in under 2 minutes. Then comes the double wash. The first bath removes all field residue dust, insects, plant matter. The second wash uses specially treated water to eliminate any remaining contaminants. The water temperature is critical. Too hot, and the bananas start to ripen prematurely. Too cold, and they suffer damage. Here's something that might surprise you. Only about 80% of bananas make it to the export grade. Workers inspect each hand for size, color, curvature, and any blemishes. Too curved? Rejected. Too small? Rejected. The tiniest scar? Rejected. International customers expect absolute perfection. The bananas that don't make the export grade aren't wasted. They go to local markets or food processing. But the perfect ones are packed in specially designed cardboard boxes that breathe, maintaining exactly 13.3 degrees Celsius. Any warmer, and they ripen too fast during shipping. Any cooler, and they suffer irreversible cold damage. But the banana story doesn't end with fresh fruit. What happens to all those imperfect bananas? This is where human ingenuity really shines. Modern processing facilities can transform 15 tons of bananas into crispy chips every single day. These bananas are sliced to exactly 3.5 millimeters, thin enough to become perfectly crispy, thick enough to maintain that distinctive banana flavor. The frying temperature is precisely controlled at 180 degrees Celsius. Green bananas become flour, a gluten-free alternative that's revolutionizing health food. This flour contains more protein and resistant starch than wheat flour, and it's naturally sweet. What was once considered waste is now a premium product. But here's the real innovation. Even the banana plant itself becomes valuable. From the trunk, manufacturers extract two completely different types of fiber. The inner core produces silk-like threads that are softer than cotton and naturally antimicrobial. The outer bark creates incredibly strong rope that can hold 50 kilograms of weight. These banana fibers now appear in high-end fashion, luxury textiles, and even biodegradable packaging. In Costa Rica, scientists are turning banana peels into bioplastic that completely dissolves in water within 180 days. What was once agricultural waste is becoming the foundation of sustainable manufacturing. Now comes perhaps the most impressive feat, getting fresh bananas across oceans while keeping them in perfect condition. This is logistics on an almost unimaginable scale. Specialized cargo ships carry up to 750 refrigerated containers, each one monitored 24 hours a day by sophisticated computer systems. Temperature, humidity, air composition, ethylene levels, everything is precisely controlled. A single degree variation could ruin an entire container worth of fruit. The journey from Ecuador to New York takes 12 days. From the Philippines to Japan, 8 days. During this entire time, the bananas remain in suspended animation, still green, still firm, essentially sleeping until they reach their destination. When these ships arrive at ports around the world, another race against time begins. The bananas now have maybe 10 days before they start to over-ripen. This is where ripening facilities take over warehouses filled with ethylene gas chambers that can control exactly when bananas turn from green to perfect yellow. Order bananas for Monday delivery? The ripening process starts on Wednesday? It's that precise. Different chambers produce bananas at different stages of ripeness, ensuring supermarkets never run out of perfect fruit. But this global success story comes with serious challenges that most consumers never consider. Traditional banana farming has created some of the world's largest monocultures, endless plantations of identical plants. This makes them incredibly vulnerable to disease. Here's a frightening fact. 99% of all exported bananas are the exact same variety called Cavendish. If a disease affects this variety, it could wipe out the entire global banana trade overnight. This isn't theoretical. It already happened once before in the 1950s to the previous commercial variety. The environmental impact is enormous. Conventional banana farms use massive amounts of water, pesticides, and synthetic fertilizers. Some plantations spray fungicides up to 50 times per year. The chemical runoff affects local water supplies and marine ecosystems. But change is happening. Organic banana farms now use 70% less water through drip irrigation systems. They plant other crops between banana rows, a technique called intercropping that naturally controls pests and enriches soil. These farms produce bananas that are not only environmentally sustainable, but often taste better too. Fair trade certification ensures farmers receive living wages and communities benefit from premium prices. The extra money has built schools, health clinics, and infrastructure in farming regions. When you buy fair trade bananas, you're directly improving lives thousands of miles away. So the next time you peel a banana, remember its incredible journey. 15 months of growth, thousands of miles traveled, hundreds of people involved, all for that perfect bite. From the farmer at Ecuador to the ripening technician in New York, that simple banana connects us across continents. It's proof that even the most ordinary things have extraordinary stories. Every banana you eat is a small miracle of global cooperation and human ingenuity.